All right, hello, welcome in. I guess I should probably switch to streaming really quick. Uh, to those of you who are watching, aka the three of you, I think actually it's the two of you plus me. Welcome. Uh, I'm a bit nervous, obviously. Um, but I guess, oh, darn it, I'm already having problems. Right. That should fix that problem. Now let's go to, okay. Oops, that's fun. Don't know why I was having problems. Okay, there we go. Um, Hi. Um, oh darn. So, I do need to wait for a bit, so there is that, because, queue times in this game. Assuming I can remember. Darn it, it's been a while. Uh, Hold up, I gotta remember the hotkey. Okay, it's not that. Um, okay. Ah, here we go. Okay. No. Okay. Ah, here we go. Oh man. Okay. I guess I should say if you have not finished Endwalker or are planning on finishing it or just don't if you just don't want spoilers in general, obviously don't watch this stream. Um but yeah, now we wait. Oh, it's only 8 minutes. Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger. Okay, maybe not that much bigger. Okay. Guess I'll look around for ether currents while I'm waiting. Okay. You're good, you're good. I just don't know what to say is the biggest problem. Uh, So how's everybody doing today? Doing fairly good myself. Had a fairly good day at work. Every time I take a drink of water, my model decides to be all weird on me. That's funny. North. So that way. Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Angry Penguin. Oh, I should actually put an alert sound for that. Well, now I know what I'm doing after stream. I guess I should catch some of you up since I'm pretty sure not everybody's played Final Fantasy XIV or knows what's going on. I'm currently on the moon trying to defeat a god, just like every JRPG ever. Okay, except for maybe minus the moon part. That part doesn't always happen. That does leave the question, how am I even on the moon? Oh, and I just realized that should fix some things. Oops. Forgot to turn on audio. I'll actually turn it down a bit. Well, I might be here for a bit. Hope you all are doing okay. of waiting times in this game. Once this trial is over, this will definitely get a little bit more interesting, I swear. I should really stop looking at the follower count, it's just making me nervous. Well, not follower, viewer count. It's just making me nervous. There we go. Oh, here we go. Alright. Let's hope people actually join. Come on, tank. Come on, tank. Yes! Okay. Finally actually doing stuff.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will. The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of Sirius were but playthings.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what's going on.
Flesh!
I really shouldn't do this after all.
At last, I am become Zodiark.
No. Minus 2 or 3 things. Just at the edge. Oh, wow.
My life's work! My masterpiece! For this day.
Me and the red mage just sitting here. Yeah, that's fair. Take your time. Okay, get rid of it.
All in existence, bent to my will. The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated. From broken skies fall tears of flame. All shall burn.
Okay. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, okay.
Will you live to see the end?
Oh, I died again. That makes more sense.
Will you live to see the end?
Oh. We might wipe here. Oh, there it goes. All the DPS are dead. Oh, it's just the tanks now. Alright. Alright.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful.
Except for that part.
The marvels of Sirius were but playthings.
lasting a lot longer this time.
Will you live to see the end? Soon my hold over Zodiark shall be complete! Mine! All mine!
Now I actually know what's going on. This is really a fun battle. It's forcing both of my basement, so my hands are shaking.
At last, I am become Zodiark!
This guy really thinks that he's not.
The natural order overturned!
I can do this. I don't want this.
All in existence, bent to my will!
Ah, no way. Darn it. I did the wrong thing. Okay.
My life's work!
Now I
My
know.
masterpiece! How I've waited for this day! All in existence, bent to my will!
Oh, I was right.
The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated!
Okay.
From broken skies fall tears of flame! All shall burn!
Yeah, alright.
You live to see the end!
Oh, all of our DPS died during that one. Oh, and there goes one of our healers. We need like LB3. Oh wait, we have LB3. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, there we go.
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
Highlighter, if you had a nickel for every AoE in any Final Fantasy XIV fight, you'd be rich. There's so many AoEs. Okay. I've absolutely got to accommodate that guy. Alright. So what did Fandaniel do this time? Well done, the preparations are complete and I stand ready to seal Zodiark once more. Withdraw now from this place. The Terror Porter will deliver you to safety.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory.
Bit of a flair for the dramatic, have we?
From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiark.
But of course.
Was but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you live to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end. The coming of the final day!
Why did they pick the final days? That's such a boring thing to call it. I could have gone with anything, and you chose the final days.
How quickly strength fades and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. as I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
At last.
What the? Huh? Uh-oh. Deep breaths, slow and steady. Okay. Everything's normal. Good. Saw yes. The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. And it was no illusion. All was truth. With the death of Zodiark, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short. Oh, hey, Xenos. Average Reaper player.
No.
I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
Oh. Oh well.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
I will not fight for your amusement. Oh.
We shall see.
Well, that just happened. Gonna finish this quest. I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you do not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zodiark, and the end of all things. Alright, we're gonna take a bit of a break. I need to use the bathroom. So, I thank you for watching this far. And we'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So good news, I didn't fall in. Um, Bad news on the other hand, however, my parents are watching a rap video because Ben Shapiro's in it. I'm sad. Anywho, back to story about the world ending. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. What? I have more than Uh, yeah, alright. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Oh? Though my communions with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. Oh, thank goodness. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. So I would like to apologize for the fact that I keep having weird things happen with my hotbar. I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly have keybinds properly down. Um, so I'm hoping to do that before next stream, so that way it doesn't look as bad. There they are. The gayest man on Eorzea. And Cat. Oh, I guess Thancred's there too. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonate explosives, killing themselves and others. Aw, man. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kyle hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Halze, they insisted on remaining at Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that the matters here have already come to a conclusion. I wish. But it's the moon, so honestly, sounds kinda cool. You gonna say something? But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this the ally whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Amrat. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Basically, I killed a god. Because Fandaniel was being Fandaniel. Then Zodiark is no more? Not without consequence, I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Oh? Are you alright? Well, that's an obvious no. My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I'll share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account, especially with how tall you are. You probably have to... Oh goodness. Probably have very low oxygen. These crystals contain records of your time here. Yes, may we pursue them while we wait? I can speak English, I swear. By all means, if you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor. In the beginning. I shall leave that to you, Tara, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. Oh yay, backstory time. I love backstory time. Just straight chilling right there. And up I go. Dimly growing. Yeah, it's a dimly growing crystal. It grows really dim. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiark flows through your mind. Oh. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. These appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon dating back to the beginning of Zodiark's imprisonment. Oh, that's fun. Poor guy. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining... Wait. Okay. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiark's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on his brands. Maintaining Zodiark's imprisonment appears to tax Heidelin greatly. Oh, maybe she'll actually start regaining power now that Zodiark's kind of just not there anymore. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flows through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's effort to prepare in the event Zodiark broke free from his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Lorperids? Loperids? Though it is not clear who or what they are. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musing with The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren had a keen interest in freeing Zodiark from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize that we would never dare bring him... Perhaps they never realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiark so long as he remains imprisoned. And then what have you got here, Y'shtola? Did you learn anything of import? Yes. A lot of things. So, it is as we suspected. Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That explains why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Unbroke Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. The heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. Oh. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. That's gods for you. Well, I don't know. Primals are weird. Are they gods? Or are they not? No, well. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve?
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment. But perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before, and comes now again.
Okay, actually, backstory time. Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world. Etheirus? Oh yeah, I forgot about that thing. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampart, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. Oh. Etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. Thus, aether currents makes sense. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. Those of a celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiark conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiark, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiark's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiark's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiark, herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. So then what she told me in the ethereal sea was false? Wait. Am I not hearing Hydaelyn? That the two once dwelled as one until Zodiark grew hungry for power, upsetting the balance twixt them? Not quite a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you know now, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Yeah, fair point. Hydaelyn and Zodiark are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Aetherius' population. Aetherius. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still, more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. Like Zodiark, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future, and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that.
Simp.
Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days.
Okay.
Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
That's a good question. The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. So the source falls, the reflections fall. Got it. Bringing ruin to the source and its reflections will share its fate. What the? Ah, it is ready? This way, if you would be so kind. Okay. What the heck is going on? Oh! Beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her powers were not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiark and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. Smart. The moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetheris to safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. Man. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Man, too bad Eggman's gonna piss on the moon later. Alright. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's cool. Alright. The time's come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum. I know Latin also, apparently. Where Zodiark was imprisoned is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. Oh, thank you. Thank goodness I know the name now. As Hydaelyn created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. Explains the name. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need not recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. No, need but, not need not. If he labors in service to Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand then? No, I'd win. Oh my gosh, that worked. this bird do the walking for me instead. I just don't feel like it today, you know? The Vallis Vulnerus. Is it Vallis or Vulnerus? I don't know, my Latin's a bit rough. Oh, this is a fishing spot? Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that once I get to level 90 Fisher. I haven't noticed those. Oh, it's because they're fate things. Makes sense. A Lunatender. They're so tall and skinny. The place we seek is just ahead of the Chlorophoskrat? You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. It would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Chlorophoskrat. Thank goodness I'm 7 whole levels ahead of these guys. Oh, darn it. Okay, fine, I'll fight you. Okay. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar sprongoi draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed into the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the sprongoi along? Sprongoi? Oh. They're sponges. Those are some weird looking sponges. Oh, there he is. The goodest boy. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he's even able to create reflections on himself on a whim. Really? Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No? No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions... Oh. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. And let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Man, I want this as an actual mount. Argos mount, Argos mount. Oh man, I don't want to fight this guy again. Okay, fine, I'll fight him again. Argos favors you with what could almost be described as a conspiratorial grin. Oh. Somebody's feeling malicious today. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first while anchored in Urianger, so it's Franche. Wait here. Well, a malefic aether yet permeates from the crater, remnants of Zodiark most like. Just a little further. Well, that is certainly a door. This structure is enormous, though it is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amaratine. Amarat. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh? Huh? Oh. Most intriguing. A means by which he can serve with energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on your account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argus. We'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. That is a cool horse. Bestways Burrow. This is huge. You know? Oh! There's another aetheryte in here. I'll have to go down at some point.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Almost thought he said something else there for a bit. That was close, Thancred. That was close. Oh my gosh. In the name of the floating rabbit! Oh no. We're being overrun. Fall back! Retreat! Oh goodness, they're actually filing up.
Look lively, everyone!
Oh no.
I know. This
And they're British.
43rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiark, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose: to bear the people of Aetheris to safety. Our time is come, my friends.
Rabbit noises. Rabbit noises.
We must
These are the
be
noises of
swifter than
rabbits.
swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Yeah? That's about the exact
It's
same
a
look
rather
I have.
curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, well, that just happened. Ethan's gonna kill me for that one. It must be Laporte. The Laportis? Laportes, I can speak English. Mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. Oh, gemstone trader. Down I go. Oh, good. Oh, good. I've had one too many encounters with aetherites I can't attune to yet. Camping way. thinking of spending a night outside Bestway Burrows, but I'm not sure what I'll need to take with me, aside from a tent, I suppose. Ah, here we go. Trading Way, what a name. I saw the fun the traders on Aetheris were getting up to, and I thought to myself, hey, I could do that, so here I am, eagerly awaiting your patronage and bi-colored gemstones. You now have access to this region's gemstone exchange. Woohoo! Yep. Let's see what we've got here. Anything else? Nope, okay. Yes! No! Have to find some stairs. No, I just want to get to the Aether Current. Oh well. Fine. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise. Singing Way. They must like singing. Makes me wonder if there's a train way. Guiding way. Weaving way. Sleeping way. My job is perhaps I better ask. That was trippy. This is some nice music. Okay, good. I do have the desktop audio on. You can actually hear it. Snappy. Recording way. Oh my gosh. It's just like me for real, for real. They're so short. Oh, what the? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Hum, hum, hum. What was that supposed to be? Your humming, if one can even call it that, is atrociously off-key. It should sound more like this. That sounded the exact same. As a leader of the Loporits, I don't know how to pronounce this word. I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unremarked, even if you are a guest. But being the magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once. Man. Well, well. Looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? Oh yeah, 'cause we're short. This isn't a nursery after all. Though, perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. Now I know how rude blue feels. If you could run along back toward the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. So that's how I get to that. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center if you should find yourselves lost. Got it. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Oh, I gotta go up now. Curses. Okay, I see what I'm doing. Boosting way. Junkmonger, Mender. There needs to be a Hemingway. There's gotta be a Hemingway. I mean, it's essentially required. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, highlighter. I don't know what Tale of Despoto is. If that's even how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm a heathen, I know. Oh, okay. Yeah, that actually sounds more familiar now. I thought it was a game.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Etheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Etheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiark's obliteration. Acutely aware
that might have
of
been
the
me.
imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
Well, too bad I don't read Eorzean.
Here,
Or I
we
guess
have Etheris, your
Etheris.
home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiark around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Rue.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected.
Wow, pessimistic.
Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold.
Man, the moon being a spaceship is a new one for me.
And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn back in the old days, when she was still just Venar.
Huh?
She was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings.
Huh? Who's
And the
Venar?
Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement.
Okay.
No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise. I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
The Garleans? Hydaelyn? I don't know.
Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
So this is how Rude Blue feels. I'll stop making fun of him for being short for a week.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but This isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Nope. Because all the
Milky
times.
Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Well,
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
well. Short people are short, I guess. Ooh. Right then, now that you're here, we need to teach us. You need to teach. We need to teach you, us. We need you to teach us all that you can about your people, and quickly. Okay. It won't be long before the final days are upon us, in all their terrible grandeur. So it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway's Burrow, we have assembled everything required to offer guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've worked up an appetite, I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with the foodstuffs? Meet me at the carrot. Of course, it's called the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. Of course, it's called the Caratorium, they're rabbits! She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of a theorist rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Laportes and this vessel. Oh, there's one thing I do want to do. Wobbling way. Yeah. There it is. this way. I wasn't supposed to jump down, was I? Oh, no, wait. That is a giant door. I'm gonna take that giant door as a good sign. Alright. That is a good sign. Those cacti? Aw, man. There's enemies in here. Ah, here we go. Cooking way. Of course. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those individual pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have some fresh stock prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up, and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here, and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Okay. Why are these so hard to jump up? Those are some carrots. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. Taking the ominous crimson carrot. The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie in its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. Whoa. Sure. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. How does the mana in the spin-off Final Fantasy series work? Is it actually just giant carrots? So, did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Obscenely large carrot. Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Okay. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. Oh yay. What the... Okay, I got a buff. That's fun. What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. Actually, genius. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help you with sleep. Oh, I bet that's what the red one is. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. There's so many carrots. I can certainly see demand for this in Charlayan. Charlayan? What in the blazes is that? I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else? Let me introduce you to something called the Archon Burger, which is literally just a burger. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you can emulate? The mithril carrot. Oh, of course we are, but well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine the surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for the encyclopedia found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. So we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. Man, Charlayan scholars would absolutely love this. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sticking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, the otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary, that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjunctions, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrived, we want to be certain that they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. That's actually not bad, I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you should be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Goodness, I don't want to eat carrots every day. You know? Alright, Living Way is eager to show you more of the moon's wonders. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress this way. Hey. Oh yeah. Time for robes upon robes upon robes upon robes upon robes upon robes. Guess that's what happens when all you wear is robes. You know, I'm definitely feeling a bit better. Yeah, I can speak English. A bit better about all of this. you know, streaming. Feeling a bit more comfortable. What the heck are those? Here we are at the apparel production station. Okay. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for the task. Creation magics! Hydaelyn, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the selfsame affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession, for the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into an account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. Well, this'll be interesting. Gotta get up here somehow. Oh, here we go. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Okay. Oh, right. You were here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? A fashionable and refined ensemble. Let's try that. Fashionable, right. This will only take a moment. Here we go. Well, it's, something, alright. There we are, all finished. Perfect fit, if I do say so myself. I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone a fashion on Aetheris, but I'd wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps you can start a new trend. Ah, yes, the, I have no idea what I'm wearing trend. Would you look at that, speechless, and there I thought you may not like it. If you've a mind to try anything else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. Oh no. Okay. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment changes of area of effect. Speak with the restless Laporte to restore or prolong the garment change. Oh yay. I love effect stuff like this. There's a big pink square where it says I can. Oh, come on. Jubilant. No one said you'd be coming. Can I help with? How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course, it would be an honor. Do you have anything in mind? Surprise me, why not? I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Please actually be okay. Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance! Can you smell the carrots? Ah, simply divine. Well, at least it smells okay. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Once you go and show Living Way, I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. We must continue working these cards in order to progress. No. Okay. I'm disappointed with their clothing choices. My, don't we look splendid? The results of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and wee lopforts in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh, how do they look? Sorry to have kept you waiting. Insisted we sample all of their concept ere we returned. You know? Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. I think green actually looks fairly good on Arianger. Funny how we all have the same mask. I think it's past time we return these clothes. Yes, Thancred. Agreed. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they will most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make exceptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our babbles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who'd prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on the star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. Well, if there was 14, I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore Best Way burrows unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak to with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Aetheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them all? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles? Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. You know what? I'm too lazy. I'm just teleporting. You're here! You're really here! Thank you so much, sorry, what should I call you? Tar Fielsner, yeah? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Oh, I have to speak in an Australian accent for these guys? Oh no! Well, Tar, we'll be using the teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Alright, here we go.
Ready in the teleporter.
Yeah. I guess I was a bit off. Nope. Let me guess. Incorrect life form?
Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Uh-oh. I fricked off to who knows where.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really, but the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Aetheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
You're very on you.
Ah, idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Oh, they're gone. Oh, I could never get to know. Oh well. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Oh, thank you. A shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. You can now travel between the upper and lower floors of Bestway Burrows via the teleporter. Yay! How long have I had Worm and Thrust available? Oh wait. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the Flame of Oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. Oh, buddy, you don't know people. The residential quarters may not be up to this necessary standard just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Caratorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me. Okay, trying the teleporter out. Oh, that is nice. Good, you're here. Through this door is Great Endsvale. Is Greatest Endsvale, silly me. It's named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand that people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. More gay crystals, woo! This is, an interesting forest, that's for sure. Oh man. Scraper. So what do you think the forest isn't possibly pleasant? Simply sublime? Part of me wants to say that. Okay. See the forest or the trees. Pulling my tail here in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. Actually, not a bad idea. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh air. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I don't know, I think it's still got a few polygons showing. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you do with the stretch yourself. Time for me to pull out the emote menu. Normally. Here it is. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we, maybe? You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Oh. That's the quest location. Bonus. Ah, here we go. No, I'm not sure what it is you want to do with crystals on Aetheris. What it is you do with crystals on Theris, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetheris. Conjuring a fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. But put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. So you can't taste the rainbow. Sad. I was thinking, Tarov, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching a little more about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all of the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done, 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. Guess if I stay on the path. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all of this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, and that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris, the Alligans mischief, I presume. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, that was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about these treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. The giant spheres? Oh, it's the golden rings. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful for your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closer, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. Oh yeah. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh right. The propulsion system and habitat facility was completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetherius. Why not go and visit Aetherius yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the result could be disastrous. Then there was a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetherius we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. I swear, if it's the dragons, it's gonna be the dragons. Maybe... That's why Charlene's being so weird about this sort of stuff. That makes sense. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I. I knew you would like the greatest Ensvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Oh. There you are. I take it you already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you are all more welcome than to continue looking around the burrow. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, it seemed you were in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? Yes, a lot. They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand the restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary. If you will excuse me. Clear now, the difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflection, and I trust I am not alone in my Oh, I guess I didn't read that word. Back to old tricks. By now, Thanker could tell when his friends are up to something. Good to know. Did Orianche seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Still and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Well, I don't feel like walking again. This is going well. I'm enjoying this. I'm definitely going to do this every week at least. Or at least something. I haven't decided if I'll do another Final Fantasy stream next week. I'll figure it out at some point. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrows. Ooh. We're gonna play a game. Is it voice acted or not? Because you can never really tell with this game. Urianger ventures off into Mare Lamatorium for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. No! 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 It's a follow mission! Okay. Follow Urianger from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. Okay. Notice they have like a big thing on the floor saying, oh, this is where he's looking. Thank goodness I did it first try. Okay. Curse follow missions.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yep.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. The sacrifice averted,
for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine, her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest, but protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Math, man. That we had time to wait.
'Tis a comfort to know we are of like mind in that regard. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
When was it last?
I thank thee.
Probably Shadowbringers.
For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. It would be to our mutual benefit
I know how to
if we could
pronounce it.
converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've had bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Huh? Huh? These rabbits are up to something. Oh. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? Oh yeah. Ooh. Alright, well that is probably a good stopping point for today, so oh. Oh, hold up. Oh, that's why. um Piers. Ah, there we go. Okay. Fixing some stuff. Oh. Hold up. We're experiencing. Oh, goodness. Just experiencing some technical difficulties. Oh, come on. Oh, I figured out what happened. Okay, I'll fix that later. Will, I would like to say. Oh, hold up. For those of you who did come to the stream, thank you. I definitely had quite a fun time. I'm having another stream on Saturday, though this one's going to be a bit different. I'm basically going to be doing something and then just doing a just chatting over it. And then that's, yeah, thank you so much for joining in and have a good day. Bye.